The monohybrid cross was the simplest experiment that involved only one pair of any contrasting traits. The original parents in a genetic cross is called the P or parental generation, and their offsprings are the F1 or the first filial generation. If individuals of the F1 generation undergo self-fertilization, their offsprings are called the F2 or second filial generation. Mendel's monohybrid cross. In Mendel's monohybrid cross, true tall plants were crossed with true dwarf pea plants. Tall and dwarf represent contrasting forms or traits of the character stem height. The resulting F1 generation consisted of only tall plants. When members of the F1 generation were self-fertilized, Mendel observed 3/4 appeared like the F1 plants, while 1/4 exhibited the contrasting trait, dwarfism, which had disappeared in the F1 generation. As Mendel found the phenotype of the F1 heterozygote to be exactly like the homozygote dominant parent in appearance, he proposed that in a pair of dissimilar factors, one dominates the other, as in the F1, and hence is called the dominant factor while the other factor is recessive. In this case, tallness is dominant over dwarfness, that is recessive. Mendel made similar crosses between pea plants exhibiting each of the other pairs of contrasting traits. In every case, the outcome was similar to the tall and dwarf cross. The results of monohybrid crosses were not sex-dependent. To explain these results, Mendel proposed the term unit factors for each trait. He suggested that these factors are the basic units of heredity and are passed unchanged from generation to generation. He called these things as factors. Now we call them as genes. Genes, therefore, are the units of inheritance. They contain the information that is required for a particular trait in an organism. Genes which code for a pair of contrasting traits are known as alleles, i.e., they are slightly different forms of the same gene. Based on his observations on monohybrid crosses, Mendel proposed two general rules to consolidate his understanding of inheritance in monohybrid crosses. Today these rules are called the principles or laws of inheritance.